You say, hey, you got that $800 race truck back in the shop. Yep, it's been sitting outside all winter. I think I parked it November, October last year. And I hadn't drove it. Pulled the carburetor off, put it on another car, and drove the other car a little bit. But got rid of that car, took the carburetor back off of it. Now we're going to stick it back on this. We'll fire this thing up, get it running, which it should run, should start right up. And then I'm going to pull the engine out of it. I got another car outside waiting on this engine. So I'm raring to get to it. Let's get to it now. Hey, but first let's take a break, okay? I need a Coke. I need something to drink. Okay, let's see if she'll start. After sitting out there all this time. Well, I think I've got everything hooked up that I need to hook up. Just got to get that battery charged. I do have some spark plug wires that's been chewed on. Now I remember I bought these brand new when I got this truck running. I bought new plugs, plug wires, and the rabbits got them. I say rabbits, it could have been rats, but we've got a lot of rabbits out there. Okay, everybody, it's been charging all night. Battery should be hot. We'll fire it up. I don't have any gas to pour in it. I've used all my gas around here, so let's see if it'll start. It's a Chevrolet, it will. Promise. All right, so we're gonna pull her outside, maybe do a burnout, get it warmed up, make sure everything's up to snuff and it idles for a while. It's got a 40-pound oil pressure right now. We're gonna make sure it doesn't get hot, nothing like that, and then we're gonna bring it back up to the front of the door, drain the antifreeze and water out of it, and we're going to start pulling the engine. Okay, everyone, here's what I got done today. I didn't film it because you've seen people pull motors. I figured you'd like to see the cussing and griping and stuff that I'm going to be doing when I stick it back down in the other car. Better than this. All I've got to do is take my bell housing bolts loose, take the torque converter loose from the flywheel, and a few bell housing bolts is all I've got left. So it'll be ready to come out. Then I can change the intake. By the way, I'm going to change the intake. Look here. I could use this one. That is a Edelbrock Performer. I could use that one. That's a Hurricane. Both of them will work, but I think I'm going to leave the Quadrajet on it and use that one right there, because this one's just going to kill the horsepower, you know, with just the regular cam and all that. So I'm going to put that intake on there. Thank you for helping me make up my mind. I'm going to change that. Put the Quadrajet back on it. It does work good. And paint it up real good. I guess I'd paint it Chevrolet orange. What would you think? What would you paint it? What would you guys paint it? Would you paint it blue? I mean, it is a 73. So I'm not sure if 73s came out with blue engines or they came out with orange engines. I'm not positive about that. Let me cross my eyes just a little bit and see what it looked like orange. Hey, it don't look bad. We'll see. I got a lot of cleaning up to do on it. But we'll see. Talk to y'all tomorrow. No. Okay, everybody, here's what I found out. You saw the numbers. You can look it up on your own and let me know if I'm looking at something different. But I found this number here in two different online sites. And it said this number is from a 68 to 79 truck or car. And it said most common. So I figured this is just a truck motor. And then you seen the other one, it said, had 200 and it had 300. It said low horsepower 200, high horsepower 300, 2 or 4 bolt main. And it said LA Camaro, LA built Camaro, built, B-U-I-L-T, Camaro. So I don't know what I got. I think it's just got a regular motor. If it's something special, I'd be surprised. But it don't matter. It's going down in that Nova. I don't care if it said may explode anytime. I don't care. I'd put another motor in if it did. Let it blow up. But as you can see, I've been using my little wire brush trying to clean it up here and there. And it's doing a pretty good job. Once I get all that done, I'm going to spray it with engine degreaser and clean it real good and pressure wash it. Clean it like a brand new penny. And then I'm going to paint it orange, guys. I seen it had orange on it, and I thought, I think I'll go ahead and paint it orange. I'm going to reuse these with the aluminum intake because I don't have any valve covers besides these. Maybe at a later date, if I keep the thing, I'll put some pretty valve covers on it. But that's what we're going to have. So I guess we got to get to work. Let me tell you, folks, that was a close one. I think I had that extended too much out of that. I forgot the last time I used it, I needed to bring it back one hole so it wouldn't be extended so far out. It hit the ground pretty hard. I hope it didn't bust a block. I'm glad it didn't hit that oil pan full of oil there. That would have been everywhere, all over my shop. But we're gonna suck it back up from this hole to this hole, pick it up again, and just cross our fingers and hope nothing's bent or broke or nothing like that. I'm lucky. I had this. Let's see, where'd it go? I don't know where my wire brush went. I had the wire brush on the drill. Where the heck did that thing go? Huh. I had a wire brush on a handheld battery-powered drill. I was cleaning the underside of the block on the driver's side. And the next thing I know, I had the motor pushed over with the drill trying to press against it. Next thing I know, I saw it getting lower and I just jumped out of the way. And that's what we got. Dang. I'll let you know. I'll get it back up in the air and we'll take a look at it. Uh-oh. There's the hammer in the oil. I hope my drill's not in there. found my drill. It was over there on the other side of that wood back that way. I slung that sucker, didn't I? I guess I did, but anyway, that's where it was. I found it. At least it wasn't in the oil. Now, I got the thing back up in the air. Show you what I found here. That's what I done. I bent the oil pan. I don't know if that's enough to hurt it. It did wrinkle it up just a little bit right there. And it pushed it in right here. I don't know if I can get that out or not. I might have to remove the oil pan and beat that back out. I don't know. I'm lazy. I didn't see any other damage than that. Hopefully it didn't hit it here. But if it did, I don't think it broke the crankshaft. I am going to put it on an engine stand where I can get to it a little better, and won't have it up on that cherry picker. So, okay, I thought you guys might like to look inside the engine there before we turn it over and take the oil pan off of it. I thought I'd show you how clean it is. That's a clean engine. Compared to what I work on, that's a clean engine. Anyway, it's good enough in Arkansas.
It's good enough in Arkansas.
This is a hole. It's got a real bad cut right there. And it's got a hole right here. So, it's a good thing we just didn't paint it, just scuff it up and just leave it like that. Because if we did, I'd have been cussing. No, I wouldn't have. I don't cuss. But if I was a cussing man, I'd be cussing. Now I'm going to have to get another oil pan. That's all there is to it. There's nothing else I can do. Just when you think you got all the water out of it, you find out, nope. Not quite. All right, let's take some bets. 2-bolt or 4-bolt main caps? I say it's 2-bolt. What do you say? You saying 4? All right, we'll find out who's right, who's wrong. Two-bolt. It's a 2-bolt main. Now, for those of you that's saying, what are you talking about, Steve? 2-bolt or 4-bolt? I know there's some of you out there that don't know engines, and you're just learning about these old engines. Well, 2-bolt or 4-bolt main, there's 2 bolts here holding this main cap on. 2 bolts, 2 bolts, 2 bolts, and 2 bolts. A 4-bolt main cap, like right here, it's 2 bolts. A 4-bolt main cap will have another bolt right here and on the other side. Right there and on the other side. These 2 bolts plus 2 more. 4-bolt main is supposed to make it stronger. And it does. But unfortunately, we got a 2-bolt main, and I'm cool with that. Okay? Now I'm going to look in here and see if we got anything that might be alarming, like a skirt busted on a piston or anything like that. Let's get these spark plugs out of this thing so it'll turn over easier. I can also see the camshaft and kind of look at it as I'm turning it over and see if there's any more spots that look like they need attention, you know what I mean? As long as they're smooth and shiny, I'm good. But if you got one that's got some grooves in it or something like that, you might want to go ahead and put another camshaft in it while you got it this far down. I didn't want to do all this. This cost me this oil pan, and I also dropped the starter and broke the solenoid. That was like $45. It just hadn't been my easy week. Okay, look at the skirts on the pistons. Looking good so far. What I'm doing now is I'm checking a timing chain, because if you can move it this way and this way that much, that's how much it's moving, and the camshaft's not turning. That's how much slack you got in your timing chain. And that'll throw it off when you're trying to time it. If you close your eyes and don't look, it'll cost you less money. I'll put it that way. Right now, it'll cost you less money. Down the road, nah. Timing chain jump, then you're in trouble. That's two degrees right there. That's how much it's turning right there. The pistons all look good. Yeah, I know. I need to change the timing chain. Doggone it. Kind of hard to overlook that. Now, what's on your mind now, Steve? Timing chain, that's what. My eyeballs are costing me money that I don't want to put in this thing right now. Oh, got it. As expensive as parts are getting today, timing chain, I guarantee you, that timing chain is going to cost me $50. Look at what the cat drug in. That's a brand new timing chain and timing gear my buddy Kenny put on the car and didn't run it very long. He gave me that. So we got a timing chain and a timing gear. All right. That saved us $50. Thank you, Kenny. Look at what I got. I've got 2 subscribers heard me talking about my bolts and nuts and stuff like that. Well, I got these 2 gigantic boxes. Now, what it costs to ship this, I do not know. But one of my subscribers, and I'm not going to say who it is because one of them asked me to if I wanted to, and the other one said, just don't mention my name. So I ain't going to say no more. But you guys know who you are, and I do appreciate it. That's enough nuts and bolts and washers and stuff like that to last me a long, long time. Anyway, let's cover this thing up. We got stuff to do tomorrow. I do. All right, I got a friend that gave me this Chevy oil pan. It's identical to this one, except this one is pretty dirty. I got rust inside here. I've got to get cleaned out. Outside's no problem, but the inside's got to be clean. So, I guess we'll start to work with the wire brush. Get what we can off of it. And then I got to get some kind of rust treatment stuff to take that crud off on the inside. Okay, this one's got a hole in it, or had a hole in it. Somebody's already brazed it up with a brazing rod. I don't know if I might need to try to fix the other one. Let me bang around on this one a little bit. If I can get it looking halfway decent, I might just go ahead and put this one back on there. Go ahead and just fix it, put it back on there, because I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to get all the rust out of that one. So let's see. more time. See if we got the leak fixed. Try some gasoline. That's all that. Now, did we fix it or did we not? May not look good, but it does the job, it does the job. Well, there she is. I know that don't look like the best brazing job in the world, but I'm not the best brazier in the world. It'll do, because it holds gasoline. If you turn it upside down, put gasoline in it, there's no gasoline comes out. So it's good enough in Arkansas. So let's move on to something else. Oh, timing chain. Let's go do that. Okay, I want to show you what kind of slop we got when a timing chain is wore out. Now, these teeth on this bottom gear is steel. These right here are something kind of like carbon something. I don't know. You can break it. You can hit them with a hammer and break the teeth off of them, okay? And when they get wore out, these little teeth here wear out before this will. This is still like brand new. And these are not bad, but they're getting sharp points on the end. I can feel them. So look here. That's how much slack is in that. And it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be pretty tight. I mean, not fiddle string tight, but it's supposed to be pretty tight. And if you turn the crankshaft over and watch how much, this is a little point right here. Can you see that little point right there? It's a little arrow. And there's a little point right there on that. Those two have to match up. And you got your 3 bolts. You got to get this gear here matched up with this gear. And then have your chain on it ready to slide on. You start your 3 bolts and pull it tight. And then these two, this little tit here and that little arrow there should be lined up. Okay, you got to run this cog 1 complete revolution and see if it matches, comes back up and matches with this little arrow right there on this tooth. That's how you know for sure you got it right. And you'll get to see what I'm doing here in just a second. I'm going to show you how much these teeth, that one right there with a little arrow on it, and this one right here are matched up right in line with each other. When I take the slack out of it, let's see what it does then. Okay, it's off a little bit. It's not much. Back the other way. That right there is where you want it. Slack. Slack. Okay. Okay, this has got a metal gear, and it's got a metal bottom gear. But this is matching set, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. So we're going to get that cog off the bottom here. I got the dots lined up. Got the 3 bolts started. That's how it's supposed to feel right there. And I've not got these tight yet. Okay, now let's see how much slack we got now. None. That's the way you want it to be, folks. You want it to be tight like that. Timing chain gets wore out, either through the cog or the chain. It just, even though it's got oil on it, it's going to wear. Okay, that is done. Okay, everybody, the engine is back together. You've seen everything we done to it. Replaced the timing chain. We fixed the oil pan. Is there a mouse in my pocket? I fixed the oil pan. I dug this intake off of the wall over there, blowed the spiders out of it, stuck it on here. That ought to be up to snuff. That ought to be 10 more horsepower right there. And cleaned up everything. I mean, we cleaned and cleaned and cleaned until finally we got it looking good enough to spray paint. I degreased it real good, put primer on some spots, not everything. And then I primered these and these and this, but the block, no. And I even primered the oil pan. Then I sprayed orange paint on it. Didn't go with blue, I went with orange. And like I told you, it looks pretty good. So I could have done this video of me getting it in the car, getting it running, but folks, it would have been about 2.5 to 3 hours long. So I know you guys, you're not going to stay around that long. You're going to start watching this video, and after about an hour, you're going to be sitting there in that chair going, so how about I just make this 45-minute or so video on the engine and getting it out of the truck and all that stuff. And then I do part 2 of getting this thing in the car and getting it running. That's a good idea. I think I'll do that. Thank you for your help. Thank you for your suggestion. So that's what we're going to do with this. We still got to find a header for it. There's a header missing. Hopefully it's in the trunk. We don't know. If not, I got the ones that come off the $800 race truck. They fit the motor, but will they fit the frame? I don't know. We'll find out later. We're going to clean the Nova up real good under the hood. Not paint it like we did the Comet. But we're going to stick this engine down in there, get it running, and get it driving on the second video. I want to thank all my subscribers. Guys, I took me a little break, not very long, about 2 weeks, where I didn't even think about this. I just worked. And I filmed when I felt like it. You didn't see every detail of this. But I don't know. I don't even know if I was going to actually post this video until I got the whole video done. I don't know what I was thinking. But that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to post part 1 and like part 2. I think y'all will be okay with that. So until next time, thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to the guys that's not subscribed and the gals that's not subscribed. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. We mess with junk. We fix junk. We work with junk. We love junk. We do everything different than a real mechanic. So you might see me cut corners. That's the way I do. I'm old school. If I think, well, I'm just going to leave that like it is, cross our fingers and hope it works. That's the way I work. That's the way I live. I live on the edge. So until next time, The old clock on the wall says it's time for us to get on out of here. Thank you, God bless, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm out of here.